Okay, so Writers, Authors, LibertyCon Convention Day 2. Last night, I had a great night at the con. I made some really good connections with some people. I got my book into some people's hands. I met the Master of Ceremonies at the convention, and really good guy, very accomplished naval pilot, has PhD and 3 master's degrees and owns his own publishing company. And I handed him a copy of my first chapter of the book, and just after a brief conversation about book marketing and stuff like that, and he flipped it over and read the first line, and he looks at me and he goes, "You know, that's a really good first line." That's a little bit of validation that just kind of helps me as an author. I try not to be one of those irritating validation seeking INFJs, but it helps, you know, to at least know that I'm on the right track. I talked with a gentleman by the name of Terry, who's been self-publishing for approximately 9 years, has written a bunch of books, writes some erotica from time to time, and does, like, you know, sci-fi type stuff. And I had just an amazing conversation with him for an extended period of time, just about the book and marketing and being a self-published author and all the things that come with it. So from there, you know, it was the same deal. I handed him the single chapter copy of the book that I have, you know, the little sample, and he looks at it and he's like, "Man, this is such a good idea." He's like, "You're putting something in people's hands, you get them interested," and all those kinds of things. So it's really nice to know that I'm on the right track, hopefully making some contacts and connections to people, and who knows where this kind of thing will lead. So coffee in hand now, I just decided to take a little stroll and see what's going on. So I'm gonna take a little walk back and get a little bit of footage of this little Chattanooga neighborhood that I got going here, because it is really nice. And then I've got my first panel that I'm going on well, not like I'm not on the panel, you know what I mean, I'm attending. And that one starts in about 20 minutes or so. So just wanted a little morning stroll, some fresh air, some really cool things to kind of clear my head. And yeah, here starts day 2. I wrapped up last night around 11:30. I got to bed finally probably around 1 a.m. I was up at 6 editing video to post the first part of this travel vlog, you know, a day or two late, obviously, but that's fine. And yeah, so I'm just kind of burning myself out. It's gonna be awesome, and trying to be coffee powered and finish this whole thing off, and really just have a great time, learn as much as I can and all that. So I'm gonna get some footage here, and yeah, I'll be back with you shortly. See you soon. All right, man, you know it's hot when it's like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning and it's already 80. I am like roasting in the sun. Not built for heat, but like I get overheated very easily. So I'm almost at the hotel, and really looking forward, or the convention center, and really looking forward to getting into all of that nice freezing air conditioning. Yes, here we go. Well, it's 10:45 at night, It has been a full day at this convention, and man, a lot just happened. The most recent thing was a bunch of drunk authors in a room doing karaoke, which I was not going to partake in, even though, I'm just saying, I can do the Humpty dance word for word, but I wasn't about to do that. There is not enough booze in the world for me to get up in front of people and do that one. So everybody's kind of letting loose. It's Saturday night, but I've got 2 panels to check out tomorrow on some writing things, and then a couple hours of driving north from Chattanooga back to Oak Ridge, and then getting on a plane in Knoxville, and all of that travel back. So tomorrow my day is gonna start at around 6 a.m. and I'm not going to be home in my own bed until probably 12:30 in the morning on Monday. So a long one, but so worth it. And I had a blast and a great time, made some amazing connections, some very influential people have my book in their hands. I've got some cards from people to keep in touch with. They have my info as well. So all of these things are really, really good. I mean, I'll wrap up and give some more details on everything that went down, probably to close out this video. I just wanted to get a couple thoughts out as I'm walking on my way back to the hotel so I can get in there and decompress, because this has been a full however many hours of extroverting, and I am done. I'm done. So I am looking forward to a decent night's sleep and a nice cup of coffee in the morning when it's nice and quiet. It's my favorite time of day. 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, everybody's still sleeping, and there's peace, and I'm happy. So I'm gonna get back up to my room and follow up very soon with some other details. Okay, I actually got some sleep last night, sort of, and I didn't get up stupid early this morning, sort of, so I'm doing all right. Last day of the convention, I'm just here this morning for 2 panels that I'm gonna check out. The first one is writing mystery and noir, and then the second one is paranormal romance, mystery and noir. So, not to give away any spoilers, but in book 2, The Steward, the book after the caretaker, there's some romance elements going on in there. So I'm thinking, this would be good. I can pick up a couple of tips and tricks. The guy that's putting on that panel, his name is Terry Maggart, and I met him and had an extended conversation with him, and he is a fantastic guy. Really, he's written somewhere close to 50 books, self-published for the last 9 years, and he also writes paranormal smut. So I'm really curious to just kind of talk to him and see some of the things that he has to say. I'm not writing a smut book, but it's not going to be that extreme, but he does some of that kind of, he drifts into the whole erotica realm. But I'm curious to pick up some tips and tricks on that. And then that's it. I'm already packed up. My bags are packed and everything like that. So I'm ready to cut out of here and make a 2-hour drive back to Oak Ridge, Tennessee, once this is done. So Chattanooga to Oak Ridge. We're dropping my brother's cute little puppy dogs off there. He's been here this whole weekend, and he and my sister-in-law trading off, watching their 2 little puppies in the hotel room. I don't know how he's doing it. And then heading to the airport, and then comes all the flying and all that kind of stuff. So I'm probably not going to be vlogging too much. I'll most likely post a couple of YouTube shorts today, later on today. This video most likely probably be out tomorrow, like the day after the convention or something along those lines, as long as I can get the editing done. But that's it, man. And I have had an amazing time here. Really, really amazing. And I've made some incredible connections. This has been, for me, just one of the ultimate networking events that I could ever hope for. And, fingers crossed that I've met enough people and talked to enough people and got kind of known in a way that there's a chance that I could be here next year speaking to other authors, which is really, really cool. Because I do have, I talked to somebody who was one of the people that's helping direct the convention and puts this sort of thing together. And even he was saying, you've got a really, really unique story in how you wrote the book and finished the book. And your method of writing was something that helped you cope with the grief of your brother being lost. And so with a unique perspective and a unique view, that's something that people would want to hear about. And so I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that those kinds of things can happen. But before that happens, which is a year from now, I need to finish another book. So really what this comes down to is focusing as much as I can on a lot of writing and getting some words down, and then letting the editor do her job on all this kind of stuff. So look for lots more writing content from me, because this is what it's like when you have a dream and you're following that dream. You do the things you have to do to make that happen, and it's not work. It's doing something that you enjoy. And yes, there's frustrations involved, and yes, you have those days where you can't write and it's not working, but all in all, you're still doing something that you desperately want to do, and that's what I'm doing. So come along this journey with me, this whole time. And if you are a writer and you're working on your own words and everything, I hope that some of the stuff that I talk about inspires you, gives you something that you can kind of hang on to that will help you. It's important for authors to help authors. And so, I am grateful for all of you that I've talked to, for sure, that have given me these little tips and tricks and pointers along the way. And I hope to just return that favor. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I've got about a half hour to just finish a cup of coffee and then go sit in on a couple panels for a couple hours, and then all the travel back. So thank you for hanging out with me and watching this one as I go through this really unique experience. I'll probably do a little bit more, just chatting about some of the things that I've discovered and uncovered here in a future vlog or what have you. So best to you all. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. Please like, comment, subscribe, that whole thing, if you haven't already. And yeah, follow me on Instagram too, because I've been trying to do a little bit more on there, maybe throw up some reels and stuff like that. It's at dbatterina_author. And also, man, people are telling me, like, look, you need to get the Facebook author page going again. And I'm like, oh God, it's Facebook. Like, do I have to? But that's probably going to be a thing. So if you are on the book, Meta, whatever this nonsense is, you'll be looking for me on there soon, and hopefully we can connect that way if that's your preferred way. I know Facebook's for old people. That's what everybody says. But then they're like, well, if you're an author, you kind of have to be on there. So it's a thing. All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to go. And thank you for being along with this one. And I will see you very, very soon.